Welcome everyone to an episode of the Definitive Crusade. I'm your host, joining the machine, Hughes, and joining me as always is the lovely Freyja.
Hi guys.
Hey, how's it going?
Good. It's going good.
Good. And also along for a ride this week, it's I Am the Knight. I am Matthew.
I am the Knight. Yes. Hello, it is I once again. I'm back. I took a week off there, but I'm back here. Yep.
No, it's fine. I mean, last time around it was the old Easter break.
Mm-hmm.
I know Easter means lots of things to lots of different people. Some's religious, some's eating chocolate, some's whatever it is in between.
Some people are trying to catch an extra hour or two of sleep.
Yeah.
Yeah, there is that.
For once.
For once. All right, so we have a few books to look at, but I suppose the biggest news that may have hit your Twitter feeds and whatnot is this.
Ugh. Just ugh.
This is the new Superman logo, allegedly, for the James Gunn Superman franchise. What are we thinking?
No.
Yeah.
I don't even like Superman, and this is just because it doesn't even look like an S. Not really.
Okay. All right.
It's Freyja made a joke off camera saying that if you put a cigarette on it, it just looks like the anti-smoking logo.
It does.
But I think maybe that's the edge that they were going for, because now it's the anti-villain logo, right? It's the anti-evil logo.
Just do a smiley face with the little horns underneath.
Yeah.
Oh my God. We've devolved into emoji hell already. 2.5 minutes in already. I'm with you guys on this one. I see the colors. I see the intimation. I don't see the letter S. I have a feeling when it comes to stuff like logos for characters, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. It's that simple.
Yeah. Well,
he's been around since 1938, so I'm pretty much sure he's fine with how his logo was and continues to be.
Yeah.
But
And different Supermans have always had like a slightly different logo. So
it's
maybe this is an alternate universe Superman. Oh.
yeah, but with that, at least it was just a different font S. This doesn't even look like an S. That's my main issue. Is it's not an S. There's no S on here.
Wasn't Communist Superman's the sickle and hammer?
Yeah, but he was a communist. That's their logo. We're
Somehow
not bringing communist Superman into this.
I'm sure there's a more political way we can say that than communist.
Right.
No, that's exactly what it was, though.
Red Sun Superman.
Red Sun Superman.
It's communist Superman.
I recently bought that DVD and watched it with my wife. I said, "Oh, you'll get this. It's a dead simple story. It's Superman if he grew up in Russia." And she kind of rolled her eyes at me, and by the time we were finished, we were like, "You know what? That's a lot better than I thought it was going to be." Like,
yeah, it's good. It is good. And just the Communist Party is the sickle and the hammer. That's their logo. So it's not anything bad. I'm just saying that's just their logo. But yeah, my main thing is if it's a Superman logo, it needs to be an S, just like the Batman logo needs to be a bat, and that logo has changed a lot.
What sort of bat? Because you've got cricket bat, baseball bat.
We're not talking
racquetball bat.
I mean the animal, the bats, but you know what I mean.
Okay.
But
what if a villain showed up in Gotham, and he's like, "I am Batman. I go around beating people with bats." And Batman.
That's Casey Jones.
Casey Jones,
Casey Jones has a hockey stick.
He has lots of that different.
Yeah, it's got a cricket bat too.
My brother back in the day, back in the late 80s, early 90s, he created a character. I'll have to see if he's still got it in the art. I'll bring it on. It's called Bat Funk. So he's like Batman, but he's wearing a hoodie because he's cool, and he carries every type of bat you could think of. So it's like a comedy thing. And as his adventures continue, he pulls out like a golf club, and then he has like a chat with the audience saying, "Yes, I know it's not a bat, but still."
Close enough.
But yeah, kind of breaking the fifth wall a little bit. Funny, charming, So Bat Funk, the funkiest bat carrying bat you could find, was I think the tagline. So there you go. Cool. Cool. Right. enough dilly-dallying. Let's get into some books. And we have picked
A couple of good ones today.
selection
Good ones today. Yeah.
from across the DC universe and alternatives. So
Let's just say
go.
I chose my mug appropriately.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Thank you for that.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And everyone took 5 seconds to read what it says.
Exactly. It
Yeah.
says it 3 times in a row. And on this
Yeah,
size, it says Omega Cringe.
Omega.
I'm not quite sure what He-Man's cat's got to do with it, but we'll find out, I suppose. First up is this. This is a second issue of 3. This is Batman Dylan Dog number 2 of 3. Story and script by Roberto Reschini, art by Gigi Cavenago and Werther Didi Adira. Giovanni Nero is on colors and Pat Broseo is on letters. I'm sure Freyja has just picked this, so I screwed up all the names. Thank you for that, Freyja. Appreciate you so much.
You're
so much.
welcome.
Yeah, cool. Had anyone heard of Dylan Dog prior to picking up this book?
No.
That's a good start.
I've heard of Constantine, not Dylan Dog.
Hey. So, Dylan Dog is he is a paranormal detective based normally in New Orleans. He has a partner who we see in this. He's based on the British actor Rupert Everett. The Dylan Dog book was published by Sergio Bonello Editori, who is an editor on this book. And basically, it's just a kind of think detective, but of the mystic, suspicious, supernatural stuff.
Okay.
All right, that's his origin. He is European creative. He's created by Italian creators, so hence the amount of kerfuffles I have had with that bunch of names. So apologies to everyone that is involved. Now that I've done the history lesson, I will shut up for 2 seconds. Freyja, this was your choice, wasn't it?
Yes, it was.
Yes. So ladies
Yeah.
first. Take it away.
Okay, so basically what's going on is Joker decided to go out of Gotham. He should be on like a no-fly list, but somehow he made it over to London. And he is working with Professor Zabras, which is Dylan Dog's nemesis, I guess. And he did that because he wants Professor Zabras to resurrect a serial killer who I want to say is kind of based on what was it, Ed Gein? He like skins his victims or something like that. Yeah. So anyway, so he's trying to revive him, and Batman's teaming up with Dylan Dog to stop them. They don't stop them. In this issue, they visit Constantine. Well, Dylan Dog does, to go to like, I guess, hell, essentially, or and to see if the serial killer is still there. He's not. They're like, no, a few minutes ago he just kind of saw the light and came, isn't here anymore. They're like, shit. So now they're dealing with 3 crazy people. Yeah, that's basically all that really happened in this book. Not much happened. There's a lot of talking. I really wanted Dylan Dog to shut up with his
Jumping Judas.
Judas.
I'm like, please shut up.
I thought it was really funny when Constantine even pointed that out. He was
I will give you 30 pieces of silver to just stop saying it. Thank you.
But yeah, I agree. I like Constantine's reaction to it. It was funny.
Are you friends with him or something? You keep saying his name.
Yeah, seriously. And they run into Etrigan while down there.
Etrigan! Yes!
Yeah. So it was a lot of fun. It was fun, but at the same time, I'm glad it's only 3 books because I'm just tired and I only read 1. But yeah, I was like, storyline, it's a basic kind of story. I just think it's a little, I don't know. I feel like it's being overly stretched. I feel like it kind of was slow paced, but
I'm with you on this.
It is what it is. The art style I was just thinking Sandman-esque the whole time because I'm like, it's because they're in that like they're going to hell type place. So it's like, it's not my favorite, but I get what they're trying to do with it. The colors are very vibrant and all over the place, and you know, when they're in hell, it's like red tinged all the time. So it's nice. Would I buy this? Probably not. Would I read the whole thing? Yeah, it just kind of feels like it's dragging though. So yeah. Not the worst, but definitely not the best.
I'm confused because isn't Constantine supposed to be northern?
Northern
UK. He's supposed to be from northern UK, right?
See, I don't know.
So by
everyone
rights,
knows he's from Texas. Okay,
He's from Texas.
that's why he speaks with that thick Texan accent. Whenever you hear him, he's like, big old there demons. You know what
I somehow feel insulted after all this time.
What part of Texas? Oh god.
All my exes live in Texas.
Yeah.
So you should Constantine should talk a little bit like I talk.
Yeah.
Boy, he does not.
Well, here's the thing. Who wrote this? It wasn't a bunch of Americans who wrote this because as an American, we just view a lot of people, not all of us, view like British people all have the same accent, even though it's not true.
They don't. Oh my god! As somebody who does accents as part of the voice acting thing, someone who constantly has to practice different things. There are so many different accents. Ireland alone has like 10.
I know, but my point is, Americans, a lot of them, they just go, "Oh, British, they gotta sound like this."
All of you talk like this with the Cockney. It's Tuesday, isn't it, bro?
And it's the same thing with like people Japanese. You're like, oh, all Japanese people have the same accent. Like,
you need to practice your Cockney. That's not Cockney.
It's that. I know it's not Cockney, but it's like the generic. Like,
all right, governor.
British accent.
All right,
kind of blanketed. As we have a fellow Englishman with us.
Yeah.
As we can tell, he doesn't speak like that.
Well, I have a family friend who's from England, and she doesn't talk like that. I didn't even know she was English until she told me. She's like, yeah.
While she was eating crumpets and tea. No, I'm not English.
No, her dad is Scottish and her mom's English. And I was like, oh. And then her parents came to visit. I'm like, oh.
All right. Ethnicity of accents aside. Matthew, what did you think of this book?
Artwork, honestly, I think was like 7, 8 out of 10 for me, especially when you got to John Constantine to join in, and they went to hell, and all the different, and like it's all red, but it's all different shades of red that really emphasize that this place is, you know, evil, as you know, hell is the different shades of fire. I mean, just look at the Minotaur there. The way it looks like the flame and smoke are actually billowing off the skull. I think the artwork was really well done. The coloring was really well done. The story, I agree. If they were like, all right, we have an idea for a 6-book run, and the editors was like, oh, let's do 3 books. And so they just crammed it all into 3 books. It just feels too long. It feels
this
too
is
long.
A giant size book. You get plenty of pages in this.
But artwork was really well done. I have one little quirk. When Jason Blood was doing his like change the form of man, has it always been that long? Because there was so much extra stuff there, extra fluff when inciting the ritual to call forth Etrigan. Because normally it's just change the form of man, rise the demon Etrigan. That's usually just it. But in this
I thought it was begun the form of man, arise the demon Etrigan.
It may be begun, but either way, it's usually just 2 lines. And now it was like 4. It was double. it didn't sit right. Okay. It didn't read right. You're like, change the form of man. Okay, there's more words here. Yada 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 yada. Etrigan, yeah, let's go. And Etrigan, you know, Etrigan's just a pet character for me. I love Etrigan. He's
Great
just really
character.
corny. He's just really corny, and how he always has to. I mean, even Constantine was like, "Dude, I've known you for years. Do you still have to talk like that?" And he said, "I cannot quit, not even for a little bit." I
Oh
loved
my
it.
god.
I loved it.
Fun character.
Okay, so I would like to set the record straight. If we are talking, this is supposed to be London in modern day times. I would like to say that we have moved past Batman 89. Therefore, I do not need to see the Michael Keaton Batmobile in my comic books. Just saying. Sorry,
But you don't want the floppy wings on the cover.
But it's called fashion, Johnny.
Yeah, it's
Come
about,
on.
yeah, whatever. It's like 30, 35 years too late. You know, we have moved on since then.
What?
The Batwing. Do I need the Batwing? No, I don't. Do I need this scene, this picture that's a direct steal from the Dark Knight Returns? No, I don't. Because that's a direct steal from when he's in the Batmobile going to take down the mutant leader. You want to say homage? You can say homage. But for me, I'm looking at that. And that panel, strikingly, is so out of character with the rest of the book. It is unbelievable. And that, unfortunately, colored my whole perception on this. Even so far as to say, the book doesn't even say Joker toxin or Joker gas. They call it Smilex, which was the name of the gas used in the Batman 89 movie. It's like, come on, get a grip. We've moved on.
That's valid.
You know, it's like we didn't stop. Oh, Michael Keaton Batman's so good that we forgot everything else. Really? Really? Do we need to say Christian Bale? Really? Everyone loves Batfleck. Do we need to mention him? No. I don't get why Batman 89 gets so much love on a book which really, to be honest, is long-winded. How long-winded is it? Matthew mentioned it already. Not happy with just saying begone the form of man. They had another 3 paragraphs into the damn thing. It lasts a page before he changes.
Like I said, it seems like they had 6 issues worth of stuff that they were like, oh, we only have enough money to do 3 books. Let's just.
Yeah. The book, pacing-wise, the book goes a long way around to get exactly where we think we're going to end up. And whilst I appreciate the journey is always can be more important than the destination, you know full well that the bad guy is going to be resurrected at some point. Everything else is just smoke and mirrors trying to get more characters into the book. And Batman disappears from about the halfway through to make room for Constantine and Etrigan. So to me, this is just I don't know. I didn't pick up the first issue. I definitely won't be picking up the 3rd issue. I'm only reading this because it's on the pod. The art, I didn't mind the art. I could take it or leave it. I was on the fence. The Hell stuff looks great. The rest of it, to me, just is like too heavy inks. The colors, whilst they are vibrant, as Freya mentioned, have to be vibrant to deal with the heavy inks that go on there to make everything stand out. For me, I was kind of a little bit nonplussed about it. I was kind of thinking, why are we even bothering? But still, what do I know? What do I know? The view from the cheap seats, apparently from 33 years ago still. What do I know? Right, next up is Matthew's book. Let me just bring this up for you because I have a little bit on this. It's the
best one.
Easy, Tiger. Let's not get it.
Calm down.
All right. Stalk from Below by a Spaceman 4. Who'd have thunk? Sinister Sons. I had enough of them rhyme last time around. I couldn't believe it. Just got with Etrigan done on this cover. More rhymes. Oh, what fun. That's what I think. Hey, check it out. Poets out. Aros. Sinister Sons, number 3 of 6. Another issue that absolutely nothing happens. Written by Peter J. Tomasi. Art by Vasco Georgiev. I'm going with Tamara Bonvillain, which is the greatest name of all in comic books, is on colors, and Rob Lee is on letters. As mentioned, it's Matthew's choice. So Matthew, take it away.
Let me take a big sip from my coffee mug real quick. Good stuff. I did it for the bit. Anyways, sorry.
Don't hurt yourself.
Yeah,
the book killed me.
You're not covered on insurance.
The book killed me. So, the Sinister Sons, it's the son of Zod and the son of Sinestro. which side note here, at one point they call him Sin Son, which is stupid because it's the son of Sinestro, Sin Son. It was I cringe.
To be fair, can we just? I know we talked about linguistics early on. That's not as daft as you think it is. There's a whole range of people who have the name Son at the end of the title because
Well, yeah.
So, for example, Robson is the son of Rob.
Well, yeah.
It's,
Robinson,
the whole
McPherson,
Icelandic region has Son at the end of the title because it delineates how their family are. So it's
Thor,
not as daft as
Odin's son.
Yeah, so
We're getting a history lesson from Johnny.
I get it. But if you're going to go that route, use the whole name. Call him Sinestro's son.
That would sound better, actually. That does sound better.
Rather than just Sin Son.
Yeah.
Anyways, that was just
all the flaws in this book. That is the smallest of flaws.
that was just a little thing.
That's what she said.
Shut up. How dare you bring my love life into this, Johnny?
That's what she said.
I don't.
I can do this all day.
That's not what she said, though.
That worked better for me.
Anyways, Major Tom character in this one. So apparently the sons are trapped in a space whale that has been given the loving name of what was it? What did I write down? Melville. Melville, the space whale.
Why is it called Melville?
Because it was a pet name that Major Tom gave to it.
Because it's the writer of Moby Dick.
That's right. That's right. It is. That okay, see that makes sense. But they're trapped in the space whale. They're trying to get out. Apparently, this Major Tom fella has double-crossed them at some point. It's reading through this. It was weird because there's dynamic changes within the group immediately. When the book first starts out, it seems like Major Tom has double-crossed them. He's going to take away their ship. The two kids are going to fight against them, but they're both lacking in their powers. And so they have a little bit of a tussle that they do, a little bit of a fisticuff there. So I'm trying to add some entertainment to this because I hated it. But immediately they take his gun and they're like, well, it's palm activated. It recognizes fingerprints, and so only I can fire it. And they're like, okay, well, then Lore was, I don't know, he just seems stupid in this. He's supposed to be the son of Zod, but he seems so stupid to where he's like, give me the gun, and he tries to shoot it, and that's when it revealed that he has a palm print identifier. Well, anyways, face the power of Lore, and he falls onto his face because he doesn't have his powers, as if he forgot that or something. And so now they're having this discussion, and Sinestro's son is like, you look grounded to me. This creature, it must be far from a yellow sun. And then they have a whole dialogue thing of like, oh, you must be far from a sun. A sun, that's where you get your powers? No, a yellow sun. It has to be. Why would you reveal this information to somebody who's your enemy?
Fair point.
There's a whole dynamic conflict in here. And then he goes and gets on the ship. Turns out it's a voice recognition thing, so he has to take them with him. And so they become like, quote unquote, buddy for a couple panels. But then the whale starts feeding time, and then they all get surfed down into the stomach. They get rescued by the Major Tom.
Go on.
It's just my brain's just having a hard time grappling around the whole dynamic issues because it's like, yes, they're little brats, and he's an adult, and so he's essentially now thrust into the position of like a caretaker for these two brats, even though they were enemies just a little while ago. But he had double crossed them, so he already knew that the information that they were kids and they had already established a relationship. But it's just weird. It didn't read right to me. It may be because we're on issue 3 and I haven't read the other 2. But
That might have an impact.
But it just didn't read right to me.
Okay, cool.
And the worst criminal activity of all, the worst crime, is at the very end. They say, "What does the whale fear? Being hunted." And it says, next issue, pirate sites.
Just
Don't do
The
that.
pirate sites of the cosmos. Oh my God. I equally loved and hated the pun.
Okay.
Yeah, it made my brain hurt. I think I lost brain cells, but anyways.
Freyja.
The artwork on it's okay. It's not as good as the last issue. Not as good as the last issue.
Look at that.
But
Okay.
I'd rank this one a 5 out of 10 on the artwork. There are some panels that I'm like, eh. But overall, even the coloring, I think, is what sells it for me. I really like the colors of everything.
Okay. So
the colors are nice.
So Tamara Von Villain does a
Colors are
great
nice.
work.
I want to say a good thing about this book rather than it just being like amorphous. Blah.
Okay. Cool. Freyja.
Mind numbing is the best way to describe this book. I have now read it 2 times, and I still don't know what the hell just happened in this book. Because it jumps around. Like, they're fighting each other, they're not fighting each other, they're fighting each other. He saves them for whatever because he needs them. I'm like, okay, this is dumb, really dumb.
It's a big nothing burger.
It is. It's a giant book of nothing happening. They just fight with each other, and then nothing happens.
They're no further forward than when they started.
Yeah, exactly. And then, like, the palm reader thing, I'm like, how does it read your palm when you're wearing fucking gloves? It can't be a palm reader if you're wearing gloves. What, you have to wear those gloves every time? It doesn't work that way. If you're gonna do a biometric scan of something, you'd have to have like the actual, it doesn't work. And then why it's just it's so dumb. And I hate Zod's kid's haircut. I think it's so stupid. I hate that side buzzed haircut though on everyone. It just
isn't he a military kid? He would have been better if it was a shortcut.
Should have been, yeah. It needs to be a shortcut. If he's a military brat, his hair would be short. It would not be this. But he's supposed to be the ruler's kid, so I guess maybe they're trying to do the long prince hair, but it just doesn't. It just looks bad. I don't like the character design. They're both brats. I don't like any of them. I don't like Major Tom, and I have that Bon Jovi.
I hate children.
That Bon Jovi. If you work with kids, you. Anywho.
All you gotta remember is Major Tom. I thought he was a junkie.
Yeah, I was just. Ground control too. Anyway, that Bon Jovi song is just in my head when he said Major Tom. Like, was someone like listening to Bon Jovi? Song? Was it Bon Jovi?
It's not. I don't think it's Bon Jovi.
Major Tom. David, ground control. Major
control to Major Tom.
That's David Bowie.
David Bowie. David sorry. Bowie. Why did I think Bon Jovi? Oh my gosh. I'm blaming
David
Johnny, maybe.
Bowie, Bon Jovi.
David Bowie, Bon Jovi. They're both super famous around the same time.
Yeah, but one's British, so.
Yeah.
That's an important distinction.
Whatever. Anywho,
right,
David Bowie.
Space Oddity. It was out in the
Space Oddity.
Late 60s, early 70s. Bon Jovi came around in 1986. That's exactly the same time.
I said around. I didn't say exactly. They're both famous around the same.
All right. So I agree with Matthew and Freyja. This book starts in a place and ends in exactly the same place. There is nothing going on in this book other than a lot of noise. And here's the crux of the problem for me. We all remember Super Sons, and we all enjoy Super Sons because you've got the super naive John Kent wanting to do the best for everybody, and you've got the Saki, born raised as an assassin, Damian Wayne, who wants to be grouchy at everyone. And that works because it's a contradiction.
The contrast is nice.
Each other. Yeah. Mm-hmm. This is a dickhead kid talking to another dickhead kid, and they're exactly the same, and there's nothing going on between them. In fact, you could color them separately and you'd still be exactly the same way where you are now, right? You could dress them up as each other and you'd still be no further forward. Why on earth does the whale, why does Melville go to the place where he's going to get hunted? He's like, are you insane? I thought whales were supposed to be intelligent, but no.
Major Tom even says at one point he just warps randomly.
Well,
so like, what are the odds that you landed on a planet that you
the hunt you? Yeah, it's crazy.
Why doesn't he just warp out then?
Yeah, well, we'll see.
Does he have to like boot up first and then be able to teleport, or
what? He needs 21.7 gigawatts apparently.
Yeah, he has to get to 88. Was it 88
miles an hour? Yeah. Exactly. Let's see you bastards do 90. Don't ban me, YouTube. It's a direct quote. You can't do anything about that one. So it's funny because I think I looked at I know we didn't review it properly, but I did look at the first book of this, the first issue of this, and I kind of was like, yeah, no. Super Sons works because, as I mentioned, things I mentioned, it's just two similar characters doing two similar things. It's ridiculous. For me, it's a big pass on that one. Sorry and all that. Right, time for an advert for one of our other shows. We'll do this one. I don't think we've done it for a while, but the guys are all getting hot under the collar over the new X-Men 97 cartoon. So where else can you find that out? But no prize. There you have it, the No Prize Podcast. If you're interested in Marvel books, Disney Plus, and the MCU, body slide yourselves over there. I'm sure they will be talking about X-Men 97 and the episode that just dropped recently with the Sentinels and God knows what else, and Genosha. And if you know your X-Men stuff, you know what's going to happen. But otherwise, oh no, everyone's dead.
Oh no, Cable's there.
They're all died.
Cable's there. Something's gonna. It's Cable.
Yeah, there's a TARDIS. We're all right. Right. Next up, one of my choices. I picked this book. It's Action 1064. The reason why I picked this is the super event starts now. There's a whole theme going on in the super books moving forward. It's the House of Brainiac. So this is written by Joshua Williamson, art by Rafa. I'm trying my best to look like Claire Mann Sandoval. Colors are by Alejandro Sanchez. Letters are by Dave Sharp. Freyja, I'll start with you on this one. What did you? I know you're not a massive Soups fan, but what do you think of this book?
I just kind of got really distracted by just the sheer immaturity of like Lois Lane in this book. This is supposed to be a grown-ass woman who has had children, and
she's having fun. Leave her alone.
I don't know what Matthew hit there, but that reverberated.
Yeah, it really did. No, I'm more like she can have fun, but like the Pete Ross mixtape, Lois only, no Clarks allowed. I'm like, bitch, like, what are you, 21?
I have a playlist that is purely for me that I don't let anyone else listen to.
And so you go, no Clarks allowed. Like, I don't know.
I say no Tracy's allowed because
no Tracy's allowed. Yeah, I don't know. And like, I don't know. It's just, and then she invites Clark to, I don't know. Maybe because it's not Central Park and Centennial Park. I was like, there's no way in hell I would do yoga in Central Park. I'm like, no way. But it was nice seeing Jimmy Olsen, I guess. The colors were nice. It's just, and I still don't know what's wrong with Clark's outfit. I keep looking at him like, what's wrong with why is she not like his outfit? She married a dork. How does she not know he's a dork?
Yeah, that's true. True that.
You know, but and why is it whenever they do like, oh, let's have someone do yoga, they always draw them in the same like resting position? I'm like, why is no one doing like
Downward dog? Is that where you start from there?
that? No.
I imagine that they didn't want to draw Lois
In
the
downward
small
dog.
show that she is into downward dog. That
Hey,
may be
they
a bit
should.
too
They'd get so many
suggestive.
more people. They would be getting so many more people buying the book just for that alone.
If you want to know what we're talking about with this, Google downward dog yoga.
Oh yeah.
Make
No, they
sure-
could,
Don't do it now. Do it later.
I mean, they could have her doing like the warrior pose or something else. They don't have to, you know, because this sitting, because it just looks like she's just there to sit and like quote unquote meditate. You don't need to. Anywho, but
Gotta get in the zone.
and then I was very confused when Lobo's people showed up because I thought Lobo was like the last of his kind, but then again, Clark was supposed to be last of his kind. So now we're just that whole thing's gone out the window. And
I could
was
argue
like,
that the Brainiac had them on standby. He had them on ice.
I
You know, Brainiac's a collector of things, isn't he? After all.
know, but why would they work for Brainiac?
No.
So I was like, I'm not the only one. Even one of the characters in the books, like, what aren't they supposed to be dead?
Yeah,
like,
I
I
have
was
a point
like,
about that.
but and then there's like the family of Brainiacs. I like Brainiac. He's pretty cool. I like shoot, what is her name? Lex's like squeeze.
Lena.
She's hot.
Lena. Marcy. Be careful. One of them's his daughter.
The dark haired woman.
The
I
chick.
think
Sorry.
Lena is his daughter.
Hang on. I've gone past it. Where was it?
I don't know.
The girl with the arm there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Marcy.
I see. That's his wife or girlfriend or whatever.
Bodyguard, I think it is.
But
Who he's had a daughter with, or no?
I don't know who the daughter is. I don't know who the mother is. But that's the
Anyway,
daughter,
well, either way, his bodyguard smoking, so you know, she. I liked that.
I had a double take on like why is she wearing a thong over her outfit there? I didn't realize
So
it was
shadows. She's wearing one
Yeah.
of those like stretchy, super skin tight
yoga thing that she's not doing yoga in.
dress. Yeah, she's wearing that Mass Effect dress that you can put in Shepherd in.
Cool.
Yeah.
Gaming joke. I have no idea what that is. So
I
Am I the
appreciate
one
it.
who played Mass Effect?
I'll
You
I-
played it.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, so Matthew knows. But yeah, I was like,
Yeah.
overall,
dirty
it's
dog, not downward dog.
oh hey. Yeah, so like it's an interesting start of a story, I guess. I don't know. I'll have to read the next one to really say anything about story wise because this is just the beginning. I still think there's too many super people or Supermans, you know, the Superman families. There's too many. It's
Okay.
I don't know. Anyway, anyone else have something to say?
Yeah,
Matthew.
back to the Lobos. It is just revealed that Lobo isn't the last of his species, which it isn't like just revealed. It's kind of been, you know, played around with in the past as well. But there's hundreds of these species now. Why are they cannon fodder? Why is there not a story dedicated to being revealed? Kind of like how Superman, you know, when he realized that he wasn't the last of his species, the last of the Kryptonians, that he has named characters that have now become the super family and have been the junction of many a story plot. Why are now all of Lobo's family, the Kasarnians, however you pronounce it, why are they just ads? They're just cannon fodder. They're just like, oh, Brainiac needs more men to distract. Well, let's revive this dead species, the Sarnians. Just throw them out there. It makes me upset if you introduce something as game-changing as revealing a species of people have survived what is thought to be a genocide or an extinction of some kind. In this case, it was genocide. Lobo even said, isn't the whole thing just like Lobo killed his entire planet? Wasn't that the thing?
I don't know. you're talking to the wrong guy. I absolutely detest Lobo with a passion. So
Yeah, I want to say
no.
Lobo's whole thing is that he's the last of his species because he killed them all.
But
that's why he's the main man.
But isn't his species got like super duper regenerative abilities?
Yeah. So according to his origin, Lobo killed his entire species for fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So were these just like off planet? Did Brainiac come by at some point and was like, I think I'll need a couple of these?
I think it's it's what's it called? Where it's just a plot
device.
No, it's like I know plot device. They're just pulling it out their ass like, oh, actually Brainiac saved them. And like, well, that doesn't actually Brainiac not even a plot twist. It's like a Deus Ex thing.
Deus Ex Machina.
No.
Deus Ex Brainiaca.
It's like, oh no, well, actually, it's just something stupid that doesn't really make any sense. They just threw in as like, because then they can do that for anything. Oh, be like, oh, well, this species going extinct. Ha, just kidding. Brainiac has them.
Yeah,
it's kind of ridiculous. I don't think they should use Brainiac like that.
I think Brainiac is capable of cloning a species.
Well, that could make more sense. Him cloning them, but then he'd have to get the DNA from Lobo.
Well, considering it's Lobo is pretty obvious to get. It's not hard to get.
Yeah.
that's my main gripe about this is that there's a whole species revived just to be cannon fodder to be fought against. But as part of the story, as far as the story goes, I love Brainiac. Brainiac is one of my favorite DC villains.
Okay, cool.
And the fact that he's like, I know everything, but something still escapes me. And it seems to be like Brainiac is trying to understand relationships now, because it's very pointed out at two different times in the book. One of them you would have on the screen right now, where he's looking at people who have a partner of some kind. And he's trying to understand connection with people. I think that's actually really cool plot device. I think that's a really cool story plot to follow, is the person who knows everything in the universe is now trying to understand something that is inherently, in lack of a better word, human, because he's not human. But I think it's really cool, and I'm interested to see how it goes. The colors, artwork, I think are fantastic.
Okay, good shout. Despite the 9 pages at the start of this book, I will say right now that this is my favorite book of the week. Absolutely. Yeah. For me, finally we get a villain where Superman can go toe-to-toe with. And there's nothing, he is overpowered at times. Brainiac has the ability to take him down a peg or two. I thought there were some really sweet moments. Giving the kid a high five, seeing him exercise, do the surfing and stuff. I didn't mind the day off element. I thought it was nice to see some of the supporting cast. Lois reacting to Lombard before he said something cheesy or sexist. And then when the fun and games kick in with the fighting. Matthew, I agree with you. I was unsure where the cast of zombie Lobos came from. I'm willing to give it a pass to see if it gets explained. My personal issue is I don't know where Power Girl is all this. She's part of the Superman family after all. But the idea that Brainiac can do all this, very impressive. Lex still trying to be a good guy. And this is the thing that I love about Lex, is that he does bad things for good reasons. He just wants to keep his planet safe from aliens. That's all. That's his main thing, right? It just so happens one of the aliens is Superman. So, yeah, I understand how nefarious and that could be. So I like the idea that Lex knows something. Superman has to trust him to believe him before he can do anything. And of course, we get the big climax there with Clark's red eyes, giving it, shouting for like he's going to go and see Lobo. The art, I said it looked like Clayman, and it does. Early doors, it does with Lois running around. That looks like Clayman art all the way through. And yet, when you see the big bad Bastige, as it were, take on, that looks like Jason Fabok. So, Sandoval, I wish you'd pick a stand and stick with it, please. I know it looks like Jason and Fairbot because we're using them as our backdrop for our Trinity because there's 3 of us. There you go. There you go. Cool. But for me, all that said, this was the best book we looked at this week for me. Proper comic book, proper fun. Just on Superman as you'd expect him. You know, challenged properly. So cool.
Yep.
I like that one. What can I say? Each to their own, right?
Yeah. Like I said, I just don't really like Superman.
Yeah.
So I was like, I don't know. It's just
That's right.
It's just not for me, and that's I don't have that.
I'm not a huge Superman fan. I've got this. Superman, I think, works best in somewhere where he gets grounded, like in the Justice League. This is probably why he has such a huge supporting cast at the minute, is because it keeps him grounded. You know, he's not just always up and away. But you know, I'm going to keep an eye on this House of Brainiac thing. I've been looking forward to it for quite some time. So we'll see. Wonder if it applies to Amanda Waller's plan down the line. Who knows? All right, last book. Now, I picked this last book predominantly because, like an idiot, I believe what someone said on Twitter, or several people said on Twitter, and that something major happens in this book.
Don't believe Twitter.
Spoiler alert. It's a bit of a reach, I'm afraid. This is Outsiders number 6 of 12. Ironically, this is the 3rd book we've looked at today that is on a limited series run. So we've had this, which is out of 12. Your Super Sons is of 6, and Batman Killing Dogs of 3. All the Action Comics is an ongoing series. It's interesting to see DC take the independent route with some of these books. Anyway, so where is my status for this? So this is, I haven't written them down, so I'm going to have to go looking for them. 2 seconds. It is, where is the panel with all it in? Is it not at the end? Please don't say it's at the end. So, nope. There it is. Boom. So here we have it. It is Jackson Lansing and Colin Kelly as your script. You've got Robert Carey as artist and Valentina Tedillo on colors and Tom Napolitano on letters. Matthew, you like things a little bit wonky, as just seen by a couple of your choices with Super Sons and stuff. What were you thinking of this book?
Are they called the Outside? Is this issue called the Outsiders because they go outside of the pages?
No, the Outsiders because that's what they've been called for the last. Yeah.
Well, it's because in this issue they go into the in-between realm. They go outside of the 4th wall. The whole I don't know any of the story plot on this book. I'll be honest with you. I'm not familiar with this issue. This is 6 issues in. I haven't read any of them as far as I know. It may have been a couple months, and I've definitely slept since then. Starts out 9-panel page. It's it's with Lucas Fox 12 months ago. But fortunately, in this 9-panel page that I'm referring to, there isn't like any text boxes, so you're not doing a whole bunch of reading. But it's still a common gripe that we have. But he's trying to figure out what the snowflake is. They find out that the infinite universe isn't infinite. It's like 196,000 something. And then when the projection of the snowflake appears, the carrier that is doing all of their math and stuff transported them outside into this in-between realm. And the lady with the silver hair, that's the carrier. And honestly, she's my favorite character in this book because not only from the art design, because very nice, but because she is a machine.
Hey, sorry.
Hey, she is a machine that got thrust into a human body and is now having feelings and is still the same carrier that knows that they're about to explode. And so there's panic issues. And so they have to go with Katie to like try to calm themselves down because now they're feeling things for the first time. ever since their existence. So they're having to like try to reach this understanding. I love that concept. Machines becoming humans for the first time, and having to deal with the whole process of being human. It's the main concept of just Detroit Become Human, the video game. Really cool video game.
Yeah.
Green Lantern, the animated series.
Yep. But apparently this place that they got transported into is filled with a whole bunch of characters that were discontinued, or just never showed up in comics ever again. And so they were all just kind of hanging out. They're like, this place is a prison. It's not death. It's non-existence. So it's interesting. It's interesting. They all know that they're part of a comic book series. Like this guy, what did they say his name was? Mr. Carson. He's asking them like, so what got you here? Was it an issue? Did you get canceled? Was it a crisis situation where everything got reset? There are some examples. If it's a tear in space or the Justice League or Darkseid just showed up, it was a crisis. Honestly, that can go either way. You might not be here all that long, or they might keep you gone just to prove to the Wednesday Warriors that they can. So they know that they're in a comic book issues, and yet they're still existing in this in-between space. It's interesting. The artwork.
Yeah.
There are some issues with the art that I have. Some people's faces disappearing in the background, or just lines not being filled in correctly, or just having weird, almost uncanny valley. Like Mr. Carson, for example, in this panel, when he turns and it shows his face almost from the full front view, it's a little too long. His eyes are a little too heavily focused on it. It didn't sit right with me. It's still good art, fantastic coloring. The panel where it shows the title and has all the artists credited, it's beautiful. That one showing this like mid-70s America kind of
Pleasantville.
Yeah, Pleasantville. Or even in the very beginning when it shows the carrier having the electricity spark in between different areas, the blues and whites that they do for the glacier and the snow. This prompt from Wonder Woman. No.
The Wonder Woman book looks great.
But
anyway.
Colors fantastic. Art's pretty good. Storyline, I don't understand it. There are some really good points from the storyline that I can get behind, such as the carrier, them breaking the fourth wall, and then these all being canceled characters that are now having to just live here. I think it's a pretty cool point, but I don't know where it's going to go. I haven't read the other books.
Okay, cool. Fair shout. Freyja, I think we looked at issue 1 of this, did we not?
Yeah, we did. We did. We looked at issue 1. So I agree. The colors are nice. I feel like I said that way too much this time around again. The colors are nice. But it little nitpick for me, and it's just because I'm so freaking, I don't know. I'm anal about things, I guess. Lucius Fox is using his cane wrong the whole book, and it drove me insane because every time I saw him, like, you're doing it wrong. You're doing it wrong. You're doing it wrong, Lucius. I'm like, no.
Is he really? Let's have a look.
So he has one of those canes that kind of like, I don't know what it's called, but it kind of like sticks out. It's not just rounded on the top.
Oh, right, yeah. So it should be the other way around.
Yeah, it needs to, because the longer part needs to be in your palm because it kind of rests there because you can put your weight on it. But he's not. He has it with like
the crook.
It doesn't, I'm like, that's not how you will hold that. Or I'm like, that's not how you hold this. It's not how you hold it. And it's also something else that was bothering me. So instead of doing this, whatever, I know you guys pointed out what it's actually called, the symbol swearing. I don't. Yeah. I know. Yeah, but now they're just like, let's just take a black marker and go. I'm like, it looks ugly. It looks ugly. If you're not gonna swear, just don't swear. You don't have to add the fake swearing in. It doesn't make it edgy or cool. It makes it fucking stupid.
That's Black Mark, stupid. I think you'll find.
Black Mark, stupid. My bad. Just put a beep over everything. It's like beep, beep, every time. We don't even get that. But like, it's just dumb. Just don't have them swear. Or if it's for kids, just put one of the kiddie swears, like "oh crap," or something like that.
Awesome.
Or dang it, or or just don't have them swear. You don't have to have them swear. There's plenty of people who go around their entire life without swearing. You don't.
Freyja is not one of them.
No. I know they exist out there somewhere. But it makes the book look ugly. I think it was a poor choice. I would probably taken the symbols over just the black marker of doom. Like it's ugly. And the book overall, I feel like it achieved nothing. Like they went to this world. Yeah, it was unique and interesting. But overall, what did they achieve?
Well, we are.
Thing.
I mean, let's be honest. We are halfway through the run, so it could be that there is something in this down the line. I mean, I personally, I don't know who this Mr. Carson is. At one point, I thought it was the guy from the Flash TV show that got cancelled for tweets of yesteryear. But that's Zoriel, the Avenging Angel. That is the Gotham City Garage Girls.
Mm-hmm.
Although I had to look that up. More 9 panels. And then, of course, we find out that this isn't actually Drummer. This is another member of the Planetary book that came out a while ago by, was it Garth Ennis? I have to double check on that now that I've said it. I don't want to. I'm sure it is. Now, but if that's the major supply, if that's like, oh my God, oh no, who thought that was happening? Well, I think you'll find that Drummer was actually in that book. Sorry, Warren Ellis, I apologize. So really the clue was there all along. So I feel a bit gypped by this book. How gypped do I feel? Well, because of what they said earlier on in the week about this being like a groundbreaking issue, I actually cancelled this out of my order at my local Forbidden Planet. But Forbidden Planet, being so pants as they are sometimes, left it in my file to pick up. And because I've heard so many people bang on about it, I said, oh, I just leave it there. I'll pick it up. It's fine. I've paid for it. And I've got it. It's sitting downstairs. Man, do I feel gypped. I might take the book back and get a refund. I have no idea. But for me, The Outsiders as a whole is very much a case of lots of questions, lots of cool imagery and ideas like the machine becoming human, but no answers. And I just worry that down the line we're going to get to the point where the last issue is just going to be pop.
Just
they're going to rush?
Yeah,
they're going to rush everything again. Is that what you're saying?
That's exactly what I'm going to say. You're like, page 1, this answer. Page 2, that answer. Page 22, all wrapped up in a nice, neat bow.
Yeah, at least I always say, like, a lot of these event books, they have a pacing issue because it starts off strong or whatever, and then it just drags. Like, nothing happens. And then the last book or two, all of a sudden, it's just a waterfall of exposition, and this happens, and that happens, and this person dies, and that person gets resurrected. It's just kind of a trend or that I've seen happen quite a bit. So I agree with you. I'm afraid that that's what they're going to do with this.
I'm hoping that because they've got a 12 issue count, that they get that sorted, that they're not going to be in that. The newest 12 issues going in, they know it's 12 issues going out. I don't know why it says the final issue in the credit box. I have no idea. I have checked on Previews World, and issue 7 and 8 is scheduled. I haven't heard that it's been cancelled. I'll do a quick check now. Whilst we're here, has Outsiders nope. Nope. All good.
Still
all good. Yeah, it's still going in, so that's fine. Other than that, we're all good. That's it. Done and done. Whether or not you buy into it, that's entirely up to you. I'm afraid on that one.
Yeah.
So, cool. Right, that's it. We're done. Four down. Woo! Excellent.
And it
So-
only took us an hour. We did great time.
Oh, we stayed on track this time for the most part.
Woohoo. All that's left for me to say is Freyja, thank you for joining us.
No problem.
Matthew, cheers.
As always.
Yeah.
Don't forget to check out the UCPM for all your favorite shows, including Freyja.
K-pop Cosmos, where we talk about all things K-pop.
And of course, you saw the trailer for it earlier, the No Prize podcast. And if you like things a little bit indie, you can always check out Outside the Panels for a bunch of interviews with lots of indie and Kickstarter creators. Matthew, where can people see your content?
You can find me over at the Late Night channel. That's on TikTok, Twitch, and YouTube.
That's TikTok for now until the Americans ban it for whatever reason.
Yep. I'm working on it. I'm working
gonna
on
start a
getting.
click?
I'm working on getting all of my TikTok videos saved and uploaded to my YouTube. I'm working on getting my YouTube situated how I want it before I start really investing in it. Right now, if you miss a stream, you can find those streams on my YouTube channel. Again, that is the Late Night channel, Night with a K, and it is all one word. So definitely go check it out. I do a lot of D&D stuff on my TikTok. I just play video games. One of my favorite ones to stream is Valheim, which is just Viking Minecraft.
There you go. It's all there. All right. We're out of here. Thanks very much, everyone. Thanks for listening. We'll be back in a couple of weeks where we'll have another look at a few more books, I'm sure. Until then, as always, I've been your host, Jeremy Hughes. Adios.
Bye, guys.
Bye.